Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Four from TradeWinds.com, and this is our update for June 14th, 2017. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. Well, we saw a surprisingly mixed session, and I say surprisingly because the one event that the market was waiting for, the Fed announcement, came out exactly as expected. We'll touch on that a bit more in a second. The Dow finished higher by 46 points, another intraday all-time high at 21,346. While the S&P 500, it was down 2.5 points. The Nasdaq was down 25, and the Russell finished lower by about 8.5 points. Now, TLT, as we've been talking about here, about closing this gap, the potential of closing this gap, the higher end of it being around 130. That's what we've set as our target. Well, it made a nice move today, gapping higher and closing higher by almost 2 full points, clearing these previous highs. So clearing any near-term resistance here, and now looks like it has a pretty clear path up to that 130 level as we've been talking about. The dollar rallied pretty hard as well after the Fed rate decision. So the Fed came out around 2 p.m. Eastern and did raise rates as expected, a 1/4 point. More importantly, they issued some new language. In other words, they talked a bit about scaling back on the 4.5 trillion in debt on the books and their plan about that. But more importantly, they hinted at the fact that they may slow down the pace of future rate hikes. Still expecting another one for some time this year. I don't think it'll come for a few months though. So you can see the dollar was actually below these previous lows. Let me zoom in here for you, earlier in the session, and then bounced strongly near the end of the day. Now it's certainly not out of the woods yet. We're not even above that 20 period moving average, which is still sloping downward fairly significantly here. So that's excuse me, the next thing to watch here is, if we're going to rally and change direction here on the dollar, we've not only got to get above this 20 period moving average, but we need to get above the June 9th high here. And we're far from that still. So we'll keep a close eye on this over the next few days and see where the weekly charts take us here. We still got a couple more days this week, but those are becoming more and more interesting as these daily moves pan out. So we'll certainly take a closer look at those in the days ahead. But that's about it for now. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we will see you on our next update.